everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of Unwanted Answers. That's right, guys. You know, I did just notice this today. Have you noticed that we are now past May?
I have. Shockingly, we somehow are about halfway through the year.
Yes. By the way, do you know the thing that goes around on social media on May 31st?
I don't think so.
It's Spider-Man related. People will post a picture of dead Aunt May from Spider-Man No Way Home and say it's the end of May.
Oh, that's good. That kind of goes hand in hand with when people used to do "It's Gonna Be May" as which Maroon 5 reference, I think.
I think it's earlier than that. Isn't that In Sync?
Oh yeah, sorry. I don't know why I thought Maroon 5. I know that song, In Sync.
Like,
yeah,
Maroon 5. My God, they've been around for decades. Well, maybe they have. I don't know, but
yeah. 10 or 20 seconds in, and I've already embarrassed myself as a fake music fan just because I don't know about pop music.
Like, how can you not know which one Justin was in?
Yeah.
Well, as we try to, make ourselves shake off the embarrassment, have you noticed that since we're now past May, that this is officially the start of Unwanted Answers season what? 10.
10. Oh.
10. That's right. Now, for all of you listening, I want you to think about most of your favorite sitcoms, okay? Whether it's The Office, Seinfeld, Parks and Recreation, 30 Rock. I want you to think about those shows, okay? Picture them in your minds right now. We beat them.
Yeah.
We beat them.
Barely anything
Suck
gets
it,
to
TV shows.
Yeah, barely anything
hits.
gets to season 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very rare. We are the only one that comes to mind that we beat, actually two, are The Big Bang Theory and It's Always Sunny.
Oh yeah.
That will take a while.
Yeah, it'll take a few more years, yes.
Yes.
And the thing is, with our episode counts, even we're almost like one of those British shows that has 5 episodes per series.
Yes.
But the ironic thing is that those usually also don't make it to we would have beat most of those shows by season 3.
Yes. So yes, we keep on chugging along, and is producer Paul going to give us a pay raise? He said, "I'll get back to you." But probably not.
Yeah, well, he said get back to you in season 5, so it's been years.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Every once in a while I'm like, "Hey, Paul, do you remember this email you sent to us?"
Yeah.
It's been a while, and
yeah.
with Paul, producer Paul's email server, you had to use your own homemade satellite to send him the messages.
Yeah, he has a private email.
Because he doesn't trust Xfinity. That's not good enough for Paul.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes Paul's right. I mean, not to lose another sponsor, but I hate Xfinity, so.
Oh, yes. Yes. Although, if Universal still wants to invite us to those premieres or some free days at Universal Studios, particularly the Orlando one with the Marvel stuff, go on ahead. But we want to try to avoid your service.
Yeah. We always beg for sponsors, mainly because of Paul's payout. But
yes.
I would actually love to see us in, those racing onesies, the uniforms that have tons of just logos all over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe
it'll be like a Warner Brothers. It'll be Cartoon Network. It'll, yeah.
Of course, if we're in racing ones, we gotta have a Cars Lightning McQueen hat or something.
Yeah.
We'll be like, you know what is the best Pixar franchise? Cars. I mean, think about it. What else talks about life more than these movies of living automobiles?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, that's something to think about. So, by the way, no, I'll say that for another time. But now, normally, we begin this show by just simple chit-chat, catching up on what's going on. In a way, kind of creating a video diary that one day we'll look back on, embarrassed, shaking our heads ashamed, thinking, How did we think that Maroon 5 saying it's going to be May?
Yeah.
But as we begin almost every episode, and we're not going to change that in Season 10, although we may have some new segments for you guys this episode. So I shall turn to you and ask a simple question. What's been going on lately?
Good question. You know, I was racking my brain, and I really couldn't think of a single thing. It did just occur to me now that as far as really what's been going on with me lately, the thing that takes up most of my headspace is I've been realizing recently that and this goes for the podcast as well, that I was good at telling people that I had a horrible illness, but then once I was cured of it, I was sort of like forgot to update anyone.
Yeah.
So
people for a while, people were like, "Man, it's been a while since there's been a new episode." Oh God,
yeah,
what happened?
Yeah, pretty scary. Well, yeah. I mean, to put it on paper, to put it on the pod, I had my final scan a month ago or so, and it's still all clear. Although I have to go to so many doctor's appointments for years and years from now on to make sure that remains the case. You know, one thing that feels like a little bit of a ripoff is I feel like I would have loved for the feeling of being told that I'm all clear from any cancer to be an equal high that the finding out that you have it is a low, but it's really not. It's really just kind of like, okay, that's a little bit of a relief, I guess. Whereas,
nothing like feeling underwhelmed.
Yeah, which is why I didn't think of bringing it up until the last second. Because really all I was thinking is, what do I say for what's been going on recently? I've mostly just been playing a bunch of video games. And by a bunch, I mean, like, trying out a new one, getting bored very quickly, and then trying out another new one, and kind of in that cycle of not really being satisfied with starting anything over and over again. So,
how long do you usually stick with a game before you're like, it's time to move on to another one? Because I'm usually like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm into it for 2 weeks, then I probably like it quite a bit. The thing that I had been doing over the past few weeks or so is buying, like, you know, really cheap games on Steam, so like PC games, and truly like $3 games or something, like indie games and stuff. And sometimes I'll try that, play it for like an hour, and be like, okay, this isn't for me. And that happens quite a bit. And then, eventually, hopefully, you'll get one that'll click, and then my brain will be occupied for hours and hours and hours. So.
Oh yes. How much are those games that you pay for where you're just like, you know what, after an hour, I think I'm done with this. And do you try to get a refund?
Yeah, well, the great thing about using Steam, that'll be another logo on Steam.
That's right.
The great thing about that is that you can basically get a refund, no questions asked, if you played it for under 2 hours.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, usually they'll be refunded. Although I never want that to be the case. But
that's the nice thing about digital, because they won't do that to you if you buy a physical copy.
Yeah.
Because I remember one Christmas, man, my sister got a Nintendo DS game she hated.
Oh, no.
And I remember my father begging the guy, like, hey, man, look, I know that this isn't normal, but please, she doesn't like it. Is there anything you can do? And he's like, hey, man, once that plastic comes off, you are on your own. And he's just like, I get it, but it's been a nightmare here. She hates this game.
Yeah, wow. That is too bad. Yeah. I wonder if places are still that strict about it, because I do remember it being like, if you opened a game, it was done. But Yeah.
I think you have to prove that like it's defective or something, and then you'll get a replacement.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I actually will. I'll give a quick shout out to a game that actually did capture my attention for many hours over the. I have been fascinated by these games that are supposed to feel like older games, and I just played this game called Crow Country. And it's an indie game that I probably only spent like $5 on. It's supposed to feel like a PS1 game, like a lost PlayStation game. It kind of feels like Silent Hill or something, and it's like a sort of puzzle game with horror elements. And man, was it fun to solve those puzzles? Even though, like a lot of those games, the puzzle is just, use the lever on the right device. But man, that was a cool game. Highly recommended.
Oh yes. You know what? Before we move on, like, two games I've been thinking of. By the way, did you hear a new game that's coming out? Like a re-release that I heard about like this week? I'm like, I so want that. It's coming for PS5. They're re-releasing on one disc every Toy Story game ever.
Oh, really?
Going from the Sega Genesis of the first one to PlayStation 3 with Toy Story 3. And as a bonus, and this is the thing that like people are like, wait, this is a bonus? They're just like, screw it. Let's throw in Bug's Life too.
Oh, wow. That's funny. It's a random bonus. I'm not positive if I've played any of the Toy Story games.
I remember I played the second one. Like, I used to have it on computer. It was like, for some reason, the first computer my parents ever had, barely would any games ever work on it.
Yeah,
but the Buzz Lightyear one was the one that did. And, I got it for PS3. And I think somehow I got it free for PlayStation 5. And I've tried to play it, and, man, those PS1 graphics, they're tough. They are.
Yeah. Yeah, the new, like when they first figured out 3D graphics, that was like one of the roughest eras of graphics, but yeah.
Yeah, like, and it's not forgiving. Like, if you jump and you miss it by like a little bit, you fall and you gotta go all the way over again. It's like the new games are much more forgiving in terms of stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you know what game is based on a movie franchise? Like, I would never watch the movie franchise, but as a game, I'm kind of intrigued a little bit.
What?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We're trying to survive. I'm like, you know what? That could be a good game. Just trying to survive and not die.
Yeah, that's true. It's sort of like, there's survival horrors, like a whole genre that's like that. But Until Dawn is a game that's basically like you're interacting with a movie, and you have a bunch of characters, and it's basically like what characters survive by the end of the movie. And Until Dawn's really good. I also played The Quarry, which is like a spiritual sequel to it, and that's really good too, although I found the ending extremely anticlimactic. That's another one I played very recently.
Oh, yes. So many good games. Just this year, we're also going to get Wolverine, which they put a new bloody trailer for, which looks awesome. And apparently, not getting my hopes too high, but it sounds like maybe there's a chance we'll get Grand Theft Auto 6 this year.
Yeah,
I say that because it was supposed to come out like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean now there's an actual. Well, there's. I think that the hopes are higher that it will actually come out, although you can't stake too much into that. But yeah,
like keeping up with some of these new video games, I could not do a comment section that was all games because my heart would constantly be broken. Like, delayed again? Are you serious? Do release dates mean nothing to you people?
Yeah. You know, it's funny. Another one of the most anticipated games that kept being a rumor for years and years, kept having dates that it would come out, kept getting pushed out, that I've brought up on comment section before is Metroid Prime 4. And now it's sort of like, and I think a lot of people are like this, where they're like, oh, that came out last year. I don't even... And I see a lot of people say they don't like it. I want to give it a fair chance because I haven't played it yet. And some of the critiques I see just seem dumb. So I want to give it a fair chance, but apparently it has not performed very well. Which is still, it's really surprising to me because it was like one of those really hyped games that, like, it would be like if GTA 6 didn't perform well compared to 5, and it's like really after all that, after all that hype, all those years, it just kind of like, maybe the marketing wasn't so great on it or something.
Yeah, well, you better get quick soon because now they'll delist it if it doesn't perform well, like within the first year.
Yeah,
well, that's what happened with that Avengers game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and because I got it for $5, because it was, and then like a week later I got it digitally for $5, and then a week later they said, "We're done. We're taking it off, whatever." And I had to delete it off my PlayStation to get space. I'm like, I wonder if I'll ever get it back.
Yeah.
But if I don't, it's not that big a loss.
Yeah.
Because it got frustrating when it wouldn't tell you just how to get to the next level. You were on that Avengers, the shield tri-carrier or whatever, and you had to walk around to get to the next mission, and it got tiring very fast.
Right.
Although I loved how they had like every Avengers costume in there.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yes.
Silver lining. Well, I should ask what's been going on with you recently before we move on to the meat of the episode. That's
right. So, sometimes not much has been going on, but sometimes, you hear other podcasts where people will plug stuff. I'm like, you know what? Why not me? Why shouldn't I be able to plug stuff sometimes?
Yeah.
So, if I got something cool, why not just say it? Don't feel guilty. I don't care what producer Paul says.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I plugged my album when it came out last year, which, oh, by the way, my album will be 1 year old tomorrow. Pretty cool.
Oh, yes. You want to give it another plug now?
I just plugged it again. Go listen to Leaf Bones, whatever.
Okay.
So, I plugged it when that came out. So you also can get some plugs. That's fine.
Okay. So, recently, and this also involves you as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, a cartoon, A Dog's World, which I wrote, directed, animated, did a bunch of voices for, as well as you did a bunch of voices for, was shown at the A Taste of Theater Film Festival in Chicago. That's right, the home of both Urkel and Jerry Springer.
Yes.
So, yes, that was really cool. And, it is kind of funny how, like, when we look at all the festivals it's been at, it feels like every time it gets closer to coming home to where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
it's pretty close now. It's getting pretty close.
So, yeah. And I actually had something that never happened before, which was I got an email from that festival where they sent surveyed reactions to the film. Now, at first I was like, oh God, do I want to know? Yeah. And then I got like 9 reactions, all of them super positive. Like I saw people say it was funny, hilarious, fun movie. I guess from one comment it said that we closed the showcase or whatever.
Oh,
so sounds like we were like the last one of like either the day or a section.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was cool. I'm not gonna lie, Reno's got a little choked up. You're like, it was all worth
awesome.
it.
Yeah.
Yes. 5 years ago right now, that thing was in production, and Who would have
Wow.
thought that we'd get into 8 film festivals?
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe it was 5 years ago. Wow.
I know. I know. It just is like, wow, it's that old already.
Yeah.
Yes. So, yeah, that was really cool. Also, another thing what I wasn't really expecting for 2026 happened. So, for the past month, I have been part of a screening committee for a film festival.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't say what it is until it's done, but I will say it's one that has its own Wikipedia article. So for this, I have been sent like a bunch of films. They want me specifically to focus on animated films. So I watch them, write a review of them, and share my opinion of either pass, accept, on maybe, or on America's Got Talent, they got the gold buzzard for or award worthy. That's the one. That's the one. So I've been doing that for the past month, and it's been an interesting experience being on the other side and doing that and reviewing them and sharing my thoughts on them. And it's really cool to see how none of these movies are alike. Like, each one has their own individual voice, clearly, because it's not like they're a big studio film. They're just like smaller independent ones. So yes, that's what I've been doing for the past month now.
Oh, that's pretty cool and pretty perfect for you. So, good stuff.
Yes. So that's all I've pretty much had for on this day. Give a few little plugs.
Yeah, well, good plugs. I mean, look, it's our podcast. If we want to plug stuff, you gotta listen.
Although someday, maybe one day, it'll say Producer Paul's Unwanted Answers.
Yeah. Well,
it's like how most movies will say Disney's whatever.
Yeah.
Disney's Doug. Disney's
or
Recess.
Tom Clancy's.
Yes. Producer Paul's Unwanted Answers.
Yeah. Well, I think that means it's time to, as I said, get into the meat of the episode.
Yes.
It's time for our first segment on this show full of segments.
Yes, that's right.
And what should that be? Do we have it on this day?
We do have it on this day. I found a couple. Let me just choose one at random.
All right, then on this day it is.
Okay. All right, on this day, this one is, 70 years ago today. Wow, that really lines up. 70 years ago, on June 5th, 1956.
Wow.
Elvis Presley introduces his new single, Hound Dog, on the Milton Berle Show, scandalizing the audience with his suggestive hip movements.
Oh, so that's when that happened.
That's right.
I always hear about that, of how scandalized people were.
Yes. You see the movie, people were just like, oh my God, what is this?
Yeah, it might as well have been devil worship.
Yes.
Black metal.
It just there was like smoke in the background. People were like, "Oh my God, Lucifer is here!"
Yes. That's how you
Elvis
summon
called
him.
the devil forward.
Yeah, that's how you summon him with sexy hip movements.
Yes. Grandma was upset because she doesn't have her original hips anymore, so she can't do that. Otherwise, she has to go back to the hospital and in a full body cast.
Yeah, that's what's so troubling about it, is like, you shouldn't be able to do that with your hips. It shouldn't be possible.
Maybe that was part of the outrage. People are just like, this isn't right. This is offensive to the old people.
Yeah.
When I had my hips, we didn't swing them like that. If we did, they bust open. Like a bunch of Lego pieces all strewn across in your body, and you collapse on the ground. That's what your hips are for.
Yeah, that I could see that being really scandalizing, that's for sure.
Yes. Yeah, if you watch the movie, man, people were upset about that.
I haven't seen that, so I can only imagine the gasps. If people had pearls, they'd clutch them.
Yes. So yeah, Elvis. I mean, what else do you think could have been the reason people were offended? Not because he was just swinging his hips, but what could that suggest? What we talked about how it can offend people with broken hips, but what else could that have mean to offend people?
Yeah,
so badly.
Was he in the big white uniform yet? Because that could be offensive to people's eyes. So so bright.
That was more towards the end.
Yeah,
but maybe he tested it out that night.
Yeah.
Although, of course, Milton Berle could have been like, "Hey, Elvis, love the design. The white suit's great, but on black and white TV, it's just gonna be gray." Well, that's not what I want. I want people to see the big white suit because I didn't get any stains on it back when I was backstage having my pizza and hot dogs. Look, kid, I don't know what to tell you. You gotta get some color TV or whatever. That ain't gonna happen for a while.
Yeah.
But Mama, she went through all the trouble of ironing it and making sure the stains were gone. I just want the world to see this beautiful craftsmanship. Save it for the 70s. You'll be fine. When people think of dead Elvis, that's what they'll be thinking of.
Yeah, it's interesting that suit and his eating habits, like the end of his life, really defined the way a lot of people thought of him for a long time. Same could be said for Michael Jackson. For a generation of people, he's just thought of as some creepy white guy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, it really depends on what age you were, because then you'll have a different image of when you think of Michael Jackson.
Yeah, exactly. That's
like some people in the 60s, they'll think of the little kid who sang ABC.
Yeah.
Some will think of Thriller.
Yeah. Where I think a lot of people, maybe our age or maybe a little younger, are like the Michael Jackson was kind of the butt of a joke. It was synonymous with kid who's or creepy around kids. I think the kids these days, it would be Diddy would be the equivalent. Because P. Diddy used to be a cool guy. But then, kids now are just gonna... It's synonymous with, diddling kids.
And R. Kelly, too.
Yes.
But, speaking of Diddy, I'm pretty sure this was him, just from, the videos I've seen of him, at trial. You know what was crazy? And maybe there should have been a warning, possibly from you. Watching an episode of It's Always Was Sunny in Philadelphia... where Diddy pops up.
Does that really happen? I can't remember.
Doesn't that happen? Isn't there one where they go... I swear I looked him up on Wikipedia.
I might just be not remembering, but...
You trying to block it out?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Jinx. Charlie's mom has cancer.
Oh!
I knew I was right!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was him.
You know what's uncomfortable? Watching a comedy show being like, all right, pop on an episode. It's my Philadelphia Wednesday or whatever. I'll do It's Always Sunny and Abbott Elementary. Pop on an episode.
Yeah.
Here's P. Diddy, and what's he talking about? Bill Cosby. Very uncomfortable scene.
Yeah, that must
be am I really seeing this right now?
Interesting. That's fun because my memory serves that I've only seen that episode once, which means that I skip it. Maybe something in the back of my head was like, "You got to skip this one, man. You can't have your memory refreshed about this."
Your spider sense was tingling.
Yeah. I don't even remember it being a bad episode. I just kind of, I totally remember Dr. Jinx now.
Oh yes, played by Mr. Sean Combs or Does it say his inmate number? Is that public information, your inmate number?
It would be cool. I would love to know the number, but
I don't know.
know.
Right now, he is at Federal Correction Institution at Fort Dix. Wow,
Okay.
that perfect name for
Interesting. Yeah.
Fort Dix. DIX. We should
yes,
say.
of course. But I mean, the lesson in all of this is, people always talk about first impressions are
Yes.
are important, but I actually think last impressions are more important.
That's true. I mean, look, you can have your nice grandpa or whatever, and, you go through life thinking you're pals. But if on his deathbed he says, you know what? I wish your parents hadn't adopted you. That would just taint the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then you leave with more questions than answers, but still.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to make sure to be nice and for anyone who's on their deathbed currently. You got to make sure you are good and nice, good and sort of docile, and like you need to be sort of like distantly, introspectively making like statements about like you need to kind of do something like, now remember, kids, the meaning of life is that you felt a little bit of joy, dear. Like, you need to say like deep stuff like that, so
Yes.
people will remember you as like a wise, cool guy.
Remember, kids, make sure that once you get to the destination, the journey was worth it.
Yeah.
We all end up in the same destination.
Remember, living life's about the friends you make along the way.
Yes.
Grandpa, you keep saying sort of wise statements, but all of them are kind of generic.
Where are you getting these statements? I found them in this book. I wish I could be as wise as this man right here, but alas, God didn't give me the brightest brain up there. So the last thing I'm going to do, I never stole in my life. Never stole a candy bar or a car. But I'm going to steal these sayings and use them as my own. And I expect every one of you to say that I came up with them myself. Oh, okay, yeah. Grandpa, if that's what you really want.
Whatever you say.
Because if you don't, I'm going to haunt you, and I'm not going to be a friendly ghost like Casper.
Yeah.
Yeah, friendly ghost like Casper, that only happens when you die in childhood. But when you get to be old and bitter, you're the kind of ghost that gives curses and ruins people's lives.
Yeah, so if you don't give this to me, I'm going to do just that. I'm going to curse you.
Yes, and you know what? I will find a demon to possess your daddy. That's right.
Because I know I'm going down there, so I know I'm going to meet some demons.
Yeah. You think Daddy's a mean drunk right now? Ho, ho, ho! You've never seen him when he's possessed by John Wilkes Booth or Jeffrey Dahmer. But Grandpa, where's this coming from? Hey, look, kid, I maybe got 12 hours left, and I'm really going to use them.
Yeah. I'm currently, I'm using my, what I forget what the phrase is called, dang it, but it's a lot of people will get really, like, active and more alert on, like, hours before they die. It's like a thing observed in hospice and stuff. But, I only got a few hours left, and I'm gonna use it to read out these sayings to you, and you're gonna tell future generations that I was actually really wise and smart.
Grandpa, do we change a few of a little bit of the wording to make it so it's not fully plagiarized? Stop asking stupid questions like that and write down exactly what I say when I read it from this book. Okay, Grandpa, okay.
Yeah. Would love to know what book that could possibly be that just says wise sayings. Cause,
just
I
a
could
book
use
of wise sayings?
Yeah. 1,001 wise sayings.
Yeah. It's one of, like you find it in a library, and it's like a self-made book that some guy like just got like a spiral rim notebook and just cut things out of other books and glued it in there.
Yeah.
Almost looked like it was made by a serial killer, but it was a guy trying to create something that he thought would be great.
Yeah. Ironically, you'd probably be remembered as a plagiarist.
Yes.
So yeah, because those the final introduction, the final thing you are is going to be what you're remembered for.
Just like Shia LaBeouf when he plagiarized that one play or whatever. When Grandpa's in the casket, he'll have to wear a paper bag over his head. Instead of saying "I'm no longer famous," it's "I'm no longer alive."
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And people will be like, "Can't we just see Grandpa's face one last time?" I don't know. He was so full of hate at the end. He has such a scowl. I think it might scare the children.
Yeah. Shia LaBeouf's another person who, like, if you grew up and you just remembered his cute little Even Stevens, you might not really have grown to think of him as what he is now, which is not all there.
Yes. I think didn't he get kicked out of Cats or some play? Not that he was starring in that. He literally was an audience member and got kicked out.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah.
Oh, yes. So, yes, guys, if there's one lesson we can take from that, it's, make sure to leave them wanting more. Don't totally burn that bridge, because when the time comes, when that little sensor thing that monitors your heartbeat goes beep, you want them to defibrillate you, or use that needle with whatever it is that brings people back for a little bit.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like, and maybe this is something I should put in a will, if I'm on my deathbed and I die, I would like to try that needle. Just, see if it actually works and can bring me back for a little bit. It's like,
yeah, you might as
adrenaline
well.
or something, they pump it right here and it can bring you back. I hope that's not a myth.
Well, I actually don't know which, because there are a lot of things that could be, but I'm actually not familiar with the, because, you've got,
Doc, try them all.
There's, epinephrine, there's, that's probably what you're thinking, epinephrine, people, when they give someone who's having, an allergic reaction, it's, I think it's sort of like a steroid, but, there's also, Narcan, but that's for overdoses.
I think this was one, and maybe it's from a fictional TV show. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was if you die, your heart stops. But it was in Grand Theft Auto too. The guy's heart stops. Again, my medical advice is coming from Grand Theft Auto. So.
Yeah.
But the guy's heart stops, and you inject him with something right by the heart, and it brings him back. Yeah. I'd just like to try it to see if it really works.
They'll stab you with something.
Yeah,
for sure.
And look, if it doesn't work, I'll never know, right? It's just a fantasy. My last few moments on this earth will be me thinking, all right, let's see if that needle works.
Yeah, I'll be back any minute now.
Be right back, guys.
Yeah, that'd actually be a nice way to go. In total denial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just all right, see you in a few minutes. Hey, Doc, get that needle ready.
Yeah.
By the way, is it going to hurt? Is it going to hurt? Those are your last words. Is it going to hurt? I'm so excited.
No, it's going to feel great. Now close your eyes.
It's going to be the best. It's going to be like your birthday all over again. Great, Doc. I'm hyped. And that's how you end it. That'd be a pretty good way to go.
Yeah, it really would.
Although, if you come back, you might be thinking, hey, Doc, why isn't this arm moving? What's going on? And then those few seconds, that was the last.
Yep.
But you still have your first death. That's still the one.
You never forget your first death.
It's almost like those shows that have their series finale That's what you remember. And then there's that revival that you try to block out.
Yeah. Well, so that's what happened on this day.
Yes. By the way, before I forget, couldn't bring it up because it wasn't really a question, but you know what I found when I was looking for questions?
What?
This dude on Reddit was upset because he said, one of my friends took one of the useless pages of my book and tore it out to light a fire.
Oh.
So he opens his book.
Yeah.
You know those blank pages they have on the back?
Pages,
Dude just tore like half of it out just to light a fire. I was like, hey, it's one of those useless pages.
Yeah, that does make me cringe as someone who loves books. You know the reason why those pages are in there.
I do not know.
I know why, because it is I've had to learn like layout for graphic design stuff. It's because for a lot of types of printing, it has to be divisible by 4 or something, so it like folds correctly. And so if like I don't know, like if a book ended up being 31 pages, you would need to add 1 blank page to make it 32. So it's literally just to make it print right.
Wow. Well, at least there's a good reason. It wasn't like, hey guys, we got so much paper here, we just got to do something with it.
Yeah, we gotta. Yeah, it's not just to add suspense. Like, ooh, we're almost there.
Yes. Oh boy, I'm so excited. And the worst thing is when they have it at the back. When it ends on a cliffhanger, like, that's it? There's no like preview of what's coming next?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. Although nowadays it's also a good spot for if you want an autograph from the writer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. The more I think, like, I wonder if what I said is true for those all books. Because I know I've had to do it. But, like, I thought that a lot of those books were, like, glue-bound, in which case the number wouldn't matter. And, like, because I know when authors, like, sign books, they usually sign a separate sheet that gets added in later.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, unless you're going to, like, a book signing.
Yeah.
But, like, pre-signed ones. So... what I said is true sometimes. I'll say that for sure.
Yeah. I can't remember what it was. I think it might have been a book we got in high school. Not the cups one that was all full of lies. The tea on the mountain or whatever.
3 cups of tea or something.
Yeah. I swear, there was it was a book like in either high school or college that was given to us. And I remember, like, opening it up, the author signed it, and just thinking, why would I care? I've never heard of this person.
Yeah, like, who?
It's like a little pamphlet, too, and you're like, I've never heard of this book before.
Yeah.
But okay, dude signed it.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what it might have been? It might have been a book I got at a souvenir shop. Like, a book of, like, ghosts in Michigan.
Oh, really?
And, like, there's a sticker that says signed by the author, and you open it up, and his signature's there, and I just remember thinking, I've never heard of this dude before.
Yeah.
I mean, is it really going to bring up the value to this?
Yeah, you'd really have to be a nerd for authors of people who write niche supernatural books about Michigan.
Yes.
One of my greatest finds of all time was I went to a library and went to the book sale, like the quarter 25-cent book sale kind of section. And
I remember going to those when I was at our first college.
Yeah.
It was right across the street, and I always looked for the graphic novels, but there wasn't any.
Yeah, but I found who's probably my favorite author, fantasy author, Terry Pratchett. I've talked about him many times on here, Discworld. I found a
he
Discworld
destroyed
book.
his last book or whatever that was
Oh
unfinished.
yeah, his the hard drive with unfinished books. I found a Terry Pratchett book, and for 25 cents, and opened it, and it was signed by Terry Pratchett.
Wow.
And the thing that's so crazy about that is, like, he's a British author. Why is it, like, it's kind of crazy to me that there was a signed Terry Pratchett book in a library in Michigan. Although I basically did hear that he signed tons of books. Like, so there's honestly just a lot of signed books out there.
He wouldn't have gone to like a Comic-Con or something to sign books, or...
Yeah. No, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, there's definitely a reason why it ended up here, but I was like, yeah.
Did you know that before you bought the book or after?
I almost think it was after, because I think I remember like really being on the fence about getting it, because it was a hardcover book and it didn't have the dust jacket, and it wasn't in great shape, so I was just like. But the thing is, I buy Terry Pratchett books anytime I find them at used bookstores. Like, it's almost like it's sometimes a rare find around me. So I almost always, even if the other thing, I already owned a copy of this book. So I remember
this
thinking,
is your
like,
backup?
Yes, I remember thinking, like, I really don't need this, but it's only 25 cents. And then I kind of remember getting it home and being like, holy crap, it's signed.
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't notice it beforehand, because you would have been like, yes, this book, nothing special about it.
I'm
Keep it
sweating
at 25 cents. This
Dripping
author
with
very
sweat.
much alive. So
Yeah.
let's just scan it. Here's my quarter, and we have done our business.
Yes.
No need to go look inside. There's nothing special about it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my tale. I do think we should finally get to some questions, because, I mean, that's what people come here for.
Yes, it is called Unwanted Answers after all.
Yes.
Yes, so I shall... Oh, did we want to... We haven't done it in a while. Did we want to... Because you said you had, like, 2 questions, right?
Yeah.
Did we want to bring out our old friend, Mr. Lincoln,
I am so excited
to
do
determine
so.
who will read the question?
It feels like it's been too long since I've called Tales, which is what I do every time.
Yes. I don't know why... it feels like we haven't done it in a while. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But here we go. And I believe you just alluded to it. You will always choose...
Tales.
And
right.
Unlike most shows that go on for 10 seasons, we do not have any character development.
Yes,
we are
exactly.
still, if anything, we're worse people, more bitter than we were when we started this.
Yeah.
So
I already
see.
had my character development. There was that one time I chose heads, and then
That's right. You learned your lesson.
I decided to never do it again.
All right, here we go. Oh! Today,
Oh man!
it is heads. Mr. Lincoln himself.
Wow.
Man, Paul really gave us a rusted pen, very dirty-looking penny
Yeah.
from 1987.
Yeah. He keeps all the shiny ones for himself.
Yes, especially now they're not going to make them anymore.
Yeah.
Paul's like, they are collector's items. Don't you dare spend them.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll choose one
I'll
at
get
random.
my good advice hat on, and all right, we're ready.
Okay. Here we go. What happens if you have to go to court in a location you can't afford to travel to? Say you throw a rock at an endangered seal while on vacation in Hawaii. Very specific now.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, guys. Remember, this is like OJ when he did that one interview, If I Did It. We're talking hypothetical here. Say you throw a rock at an endangered seal while on vacation in Hawaii, return home to Washington, but are called to trial in Hawaii, and you can't afford to travel again. So, you broke the law in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Which, luckily, you didn't do it in, like, Florida or a place that has the death sentence. let's not play hypotheticals, okay?
Yeah, you threw a rock at an endangered seal. I think it's abundantly clear. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'd like to think that he didn't kill the seal, but he injured the seal, and now the seal is suing him.
Yeah.
So, you're being called from your home in Washington State, and you have to travel back to Hawaii, but you can't afford it because, hey, look, this was your first vacation in 9 years. You took it. You went all out. Every night, a luau with those pigs that they put on, they have over a fire. Which, I gotta say, a full dead pig sounds so unappetizing.
Yeah,
when you see its face and all that.
Yeah, I don't want to see its face. That's for sure.
Yes, and it's like it's eating an apple too.
Yes. They really. Here's my take. If you're gonna arrest me, you gotta pay for my trip.
Yes.
Yeah, like if I'm gonna be traveling to Hawaii to go to court, that's gonna be all expenses paid.
Yes. And you know what? Don't cheap out, court, because this is going to be a big case. Because, look, it's an endangered seal. We will be covered in the local media.
You got to pay the meals. Yeah.
Yes. Maybe a few chips at the hotel casino.
Yeah. A nice hotel near the courthouse.
Yes.
And hopefully I hope the courthouse, I mean, they're small islands. I hope the courthouse is near the ocean.
Yes. I would like to, maybe for when the judge has us go on recess, we can spend some time surfing together. And the judge can get to know me like, hey, look, I'm not a bad guy. You know what? When I was a kid, we used to skip stones all the time in the lake. But it wasn't in the lake. A seal.
Yeah,
a seal wasn't in the lake.
God forbid I see another seal because I might not be able to help myself.
It's just like, you know what? It was an accident the first time. But you know what? Maybe I don't want it to be an accident this time. Or, God only knows what else could happen. Accidentally hit a dolphin or a whale.
Yeah.
Look, when I was a kid, we used to skip stones all the time, and it was no big deal. Now, just because of some unfortunate circumstance, I have to go to trial because my childhood hobby could be seen as assault? No, thank you, sir. I want the judge to get to know me on that kind of level.
This is a tangent in another direction, but I love the idea of going and doing a criminal who does the most specific crimes that have plausible deniability of all time. Like I'm not saying I did it, but say someone blew a dart at a hot air balloon in the French Alps.
Yes.
Would I be culpable? Would I get an all expenses paid trip to France? Or
hey, look, I haven't seen my grandma in the old country since, well, my entire life. Is there a way? I'm just saying. Somehow I could commit some type of crime that'll get me to Italy. Just saying. It would be nice. Because look, grandma's not going to be around forever. And I think that our tax dollars would be well spent sending me on my way to see grandma. Yeah.
Or
what
imagine,
do I need to do?
Or imagine being accused like, oh, no, I didn't commit the crime in, where's a place I don't want to go, Florida. No, God, no.
Yes.
I didn't commit a crime there. I committed it in, Rome.
That's right. Because they were doing like a special event thing. You know, those dinner theater things. It was I committed it in Rome, technically, so.
Yeah, so you're going to have to
by
send
law,
me to court.
you should take me to Rome.
Yeah.
And you know what? We'll sell this gladiator style. Not me, of course, because it is dinner theater. So we'll have an actor take my spot in the gladiator battle. But I think that is the right thing to do. We follow the laws of 65 AD.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, Hawaii seems like one of the places that you would like you would, because by the way, I can't imagine there are seals in Hawaii. Am I crazy? That seems like an Arctic thing.
Well, let's Google this.
Are there seals in Hawaii? Like, to me that sounds.
Your Honor, by coming to Hawaii, the seal was asking for it. You can't. Yeah. It's negligence on the seal's part. Are there seals in Hawaii?
I'm just gonna look. Where do seals live? And we'll get to the bottom of this.
Maybe like Wikipedia seal, and then
the first thing that I got when I Googled it was seal anatomy, and it's showing like where their spleen and their bladder is, and it's sort of like, of course, this is too much information for what I'm looking for.
Oh wait, there's a Hawaiian monk seal.
Oh wow, there's actually a seal.
Is a vulnerable
named...
species of earless seal? What?
Okay. Now I know he actually threw a rock at a seal, and it was a Hawaiian monk seal.
The Hawaiian monk seal is a vulnerable species of earless seal in the family Phocidae that is endemic to the Hawaiian Islands.
I also hate to report to the listeners that they are seemingly pretty adorable. They look like they have like puppy eyes. So this question asker, I'm afraid to say they might be a monster. Because they definitely did it.
You guys screwed up. Now look, maybe he can say, hey, I screamed heads up. The seal has no ears. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to wave it down? Look, I just wanted to skip some rocks. And this deaf seal got right in the way. I can't help it doesn't have ears. And I had no idea it was vulnerable. I would never have done such a thing.
Oh, man. Well, I guess we'll see you in court.
Yeah, that's right. Man, so many of these images of Wikipedia are it sleeping, so it wasn't like it was harming him or anything.
Yeah, it probably was just, like, tranquilly sleeping at the beach. This is kind of like, I genuinely, like, I consider myself someone who knows a lot of fun facts about animals, and I like animal biology a lot. And for some reason, it just looks like a like, I can't picture a seal being in a tropical climate like this. I'm, like, just looking at these pictures of this Hawaiian monk seal, like, on the beach and in this bright blue water.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, I didn't know.
Well, not only do you know, I mean, all these are of these adorable little seal just sleeping. And this dude just...
Yeah.
Maybe he's like, sir, listen, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a pitcher in baseball. I have terrible aim. And you know what? It has caused me, this isn't the first time I've accidentally hit someone with a rock or a ball. You know, I took out my entire Little League by accident because our coach said that not wearing a helmet builds character. But I ask you, as someone had to give up his dreams because of my poor hand-eye coordination, and I don't have very good aim, I know the seal's endangered and it's been hurt. And look at him right now. He's staring at me. And for such a cute animal, he's growling his teeth at me like he wants to fight me.
Yeah.
But haven't I suffered enough? Haven't I had to give up my dreams of being a baseball pitcher? Haven't I suffered enough? You can at least not I'm not asking to be not found guilty, but you could at least pay for this trip, for this courtroom session.
It's really the least you could do. I mean, someone's got to take care of the seals. I mean, it's the least I could do.
He's just like, now, maybe, for punishment, I'll take care of this seal and nurse him back to health. And then, like, the stenographer holds up, like, because it doesn't have ears, like a Wile E. Coyote type sign of what the guy just said. And the seal's like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, they bring the seal to one of those, like, lineup things. The, like, do you recognize the person who did this to you? Flapping a flipper at him.
Yes. And then he wants, and then he's like trying to crash through the window, but it's so thing he can't do, and the officers are holding him back. Like, it's okay, man. It's okay. He can't hurt you now. It's okay.
Yeah.
So, man, did this? I know this isn't the show with the rabbit hole, but man, did we go down quite a rabbit hole with this one?
Yeah.
Learning about the Hawaiian monk seal.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty on-topic rabbit hole, though. I mean,
yes.
The question was essentially about. I know
if we're going to give legal advice, we must do our research.
Yeah. I know that this person wants us to think that this is really a hypothetical question about going to court in a different place and not having enough money. But since we know for certain that they did, in fact, throw a rock at an endangered Hawaiian monk seal, and are a monstrous criminal,
yes.
But we still want to give advice. Like, if we wouldn't be doing our jobs, we can't judge the people who ask the questions.
Yes, we must still answer their questions honestly and give the best advice we can.
That's right. Yeah.
And so, what happens if you have to go to court in a location you can't afford to travel to? I think, look, with how much media coverage this is going to get, someone's going to foot the bill for you.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess the advice is just wait to have someone foot the bill.
Yes, don't worry. You will be well taken care of. Nice hotel, everything. Unless depending on what TV station you get, right? Like, you get a local affiliate of, like, ABC or NBC. They'll put you in, like, the casino hotel.
Yeah.
You get, like, public access or something. You're going to that really rinky-dink motel where the locks don't work.
Mm-hmm.
There's, like, a vending machine that always has a buzzing sound.
Yeah.
The lights flicker. And inside, you go inside that hotel room, pictures of seals painted all on the wall, and they are angry. They've got red eyes, and they're going to attack you.
Yeah. So you have a lot to look forward to.
Yes. So, congrats. Your negligence got you another free vacation.
Yeah. Congrats.
Yeah, but in a way, well, I guess it's not a vacation for the seal, is it? He's always there, but
yeah.
He'll get some pity points.
So there you go. If we wanted to get to another question, I would love. I have a question that has to do with committing crimes as well. So,
all right, let's do it.
Yeah. So, excited about this one. Which again for this one, and then I hopefully I haven't done these before, but I don't. I think we'd remember this one because it's...
And look, let's be honest. We barely remember most of the episodes we do. When we go back and listen to them, it's a whole new journey. Like, really?
It's true.
We did that?
Yeah. So, here is my question from someone on the internet. We're going to give good advice to them, hopefully. Here it is. Should I sue my doctor for violating my Second Amendment right? Forcing me to disarm for an MRI? The Supremes say I can take it wherever and do whatever I want with it. So this guy says he was wronged by his doctor for saying he can't have his gun in an MRI because you're not allowed to have anything metal.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
So should he sue? And boy, where to begin with this one?
By the way, I do not remember this one at all.
Yeah. Well, right off the bat, he has a very libertarian Santa Claus mindset in this whole thing. I mean, okay, so should you sue the doctor? I don't know either way, but like come up with solutions. So the problem is you can't bring in a gun into an MRI because it's made of metal. Have you considered 3D printing one?
Oh yes. Why don't you make one out of wood and see if that can help you?
Wood carve it, and then the ammunition would have to also somehow be not made of metal,
wood.
But yeah,
maybe like he could do, in Winnie the Pooh, the little cork gun that has the string.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that's why. Because look, if you're, I don't know why he feels the need to have his gun with him at all times. Maybe he's like, well, guys, in this world, sometimes your gun is your best friend and your only ally.
Yeah. It does feel like sometimes, like, these people it's sort of like compensating for something kind of thing. Like, why do you need to have this gun on you all the time? And I kind of feel like just having a toy plastic one would kind of do the same trick. It would make you feel strong and important without needing to endanger anybody.
Yeah. You know what? You know how I just imagine this dude? It's kind of how, well, just my description, like, he's short. He's got a white mustache. He's like the face of diabetes.
Yeah.
And he just constantly spits.
Yeah.
And, he's like, now I finally got the power with old Bessie here. That's his gun's name is Bessie.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Because, look, this dude, maybe his wife left him, his kids don't want to speak to him, but that little cork gun, that could be the thing. That's a conversation starter right there.
Yeah.
Although maybe he'll get that kicked out if he uses it the wrong way, where he's like, hey, Doc, how about you lower that bill, hey? And then he pulls in the little thing. It's just like,
yeah,
sir, that is not funny.
Or maybe his the little thing that pops out with the flag, like in a Looney Tune. It's like his insurance information. It's like Blue Cross Blue Shield on the flag.
That's how he answers every question.
Yeah,
he almost has like a utility belt just with those guns for every type of saying.
Yeah.
So he goes to reception. So, sir, what time is your appointment? Pulls one out. 11:30 a.m.
Yeah. And sir, just what is your primary reason for your visit today? Hemorrhoids.
Yes. That's right. And then maybe there's like a picture of a sad face from all the pain.
Yeah.
And he's just like, it's great. When I use these guns, it makes it so I don't have to talk to anyone. And there's like a guy in a waiting room who's just like, nobody wants to talk to you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. I mean, yeah, I assume you don't want to interact with humanity anyway if you carry a gun anywhere. So just the being able to have a utility belt of sayings.
Yes.
Pretty nice.
Yes. Now, does he limit it to guns? Does he have like wood knives?
A grenade?
Well, you know those knives, a switchblade. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Switchblade that would also have a saying too.
Yeah, it's like a little plastic switchblade, and
maybe it has like cutting puns in it, like
has his credit card information.
Yes, it's just like, sir, how will you be paying for this today? And he hands it off that way. Yes, but could his little cork guns, would they be safe in the MRI?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have any metal.
I mean, the scary thing is if he gets inside and the guy goes, are you comfortable? And his only way of communication is with those cork guns, but he's in such a small, confined space that he can't fire it.
Yeah.
So he looks at the camera,
respond?
just totally afraid. Just like, how am I supposed to respond? I took a vow of silence when my wife left me. This is how I communicate with the world.
Yeah. I will say, like, when I haven't done an MRI, but I feel like a CT scan and a PET scan is pretty similar. But there's sort of like this: you go in there and you are not allowed to move. Stay completely still. But if you need anything, just tell us. And so I'm like laying in there being like,
your ventriloquism.
yeah. I'm like, am I allowed to move my mouth?
You're like, hey, can I go to the bathroom? Is it too late to go to the bathroom? Just trying to get out one side of the mouth.
Yeah, ventriloquist would be good at that for sure.
Yes.
But yeah, I wonder what would be less movement. If like reaching down and pulling a trigger and having a flag pop out of your pants pocket. Maybe it could be a little bit more subtle.
Yes, he'll have to like use facial expressions when he's in that thing to communicate.
Yeah.
And then once it's done, once he has done his like silent screaming for like however long he has to be in that MRI machine, whether it's like 5 minutes or 20, once they get out, they take him out and the doctor says, "So, how you feeling, bud?" Grabs his gun. And it just says, "All better," smiley face. And then he's just like, "Anything else you need?" Takes the other gun, and there's a picture of a lollipop on there. Oh, sir, with your blood sugar, I'm not sure. And then the guy just gets another gun, crying face. But we got sugar-free. Is that good enough for you, champ? Because, the guy's super short and stuff. And he just looks up at him. This is the kind of reaction where he doesn't need a gun. He can give it straight from his heart. He just nods yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you always got that nonverbal communication in your pocket, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great lesson overall is with the power of guns, you can be completely nonverbal. It's pretty beautiful.
And, he walks out of the doctor's office, lollipop, licking in one hand, twirling his wooden gun in the other.
Yeah. He has one of those hats with the twirly thing on top.
Yes. Because, look, he doesn't trust certified pilots. He's one day going to fly himself. Yeah. And that little hat's going to get him where he needs to go.
Yep.
So, should you sue the doctor for telling you you can't bring your gun? If anything, you should be thanking him because in a way you can now express yourself with these novelty guns in a way you couldn't before.
Yeah.
Because
you should be thanking him. Yeah.
Because he seems like the kind of guy who's just like anytime he needs to give a response, he just grabs his gun, shoots a couple off in the air. But this way, you can use words to express yourself and his little drawings too of like smiley faces and lollipops.
Yeah. So you shouldn't sue if they don't let you bring in your gun, but you should sue if they don't let you bring in your communication gun.
Yes, because that is just going a step too far.
Mm-hmm.
Because
at that
how
point,
else are
it's
you
an
going to be able to explain what's
thing.
the issue?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yes, I think we got his answer. And I think it's one he should be happy with. I'm just imagining him right now. Did you like that segment? He just shoots off a gun and just says LOL.
Yeah. You got to have one of those to let people know. Completely straight
He never
face.
laughs.
Yeah, not cracking a
reaction.
smile. Yeah,
yes.
yeah, that's really sinister feeling if you think about it. But whatever people need.
You know what? I never get people who like you say something and they don't laugh. They'll just say that is the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. Just deadpan. Just like that is hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what happened to you? Where did your soul go?
Yeah. My God. That's two really good bits of advice in a row. We nail it every time. Pat ourselves on the back.
Should feel proud.
Yeah, we've never had a miss.
Of course,
that's for sure. So, what other segments do we even want to get to today? I mean,
well, here's one. Did we want to get into one of those new ideas?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. I'm excited. And brand new concept.
Yes. We'll do this one. This one that I don't know if it can be a regular one, but it can come up from time to time. So, This is just, you know how sometimes you'll be on Wikipedia, and I don't even know if what we want to call this segment, but you know how sometimes you're on Wikipedia and you realize you've fallen down quite a rabbit hole, and you're like, I don't know how I got here, but I'm glad I did.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this might not be true for everyone because I know people who, for some reason, don't use Wikipedia all the time. But we for some reason, share this specific thing of, Wikipedia rabbit holes. So I definitely relate.
Yes. So, this one, I don't know what we call this segment. I mean, if we didn't have comment section, we call it Down the Rabbit Hole. But it feels like that's brand confusion.
Yeah.
But, so, here's just a random thing I found, okay? You know the MGM lion?
Yeah.
That appears before all the movies?
Mm-hmm.
So, the MGM lion from 1928 to 1956 was named Jackie, okay? So, the character is named Leo, but the actor lion was Jackie. And Jackie was the lion from 1928 to 1956. So Jackie was the lion before Wizard of Oz, just to give you guys some references. And did you know that Jackie the lion is known for surviving several accidents?
Really?
Yes.
An unlucky lion?
Yes. Well, his nickname was Leo the Lucky.
No.
So,
well, that was
let's go
curse.
through this. Jackie is known for surviving several accidents, including 2 train wrecks, a sinking ship, an earthquake, and an explosion at the studio.
What the heck?
And the most notable incident was a plane crash in 1927, where he was being brought around like throughout the country of like, hey, come meet the MGM lion. So there was a plane crash, and Jackie and the pilot survived on milk, water, and sandwiches that were on the plane before they were rescued.
Oh my gosh.
So the little lion that we see at the beginning of Wizard of Oz, not the cowardly one, the real one, survived all this stuff and was known as Leo the Lucky.
Yeah, I mean, I guess surviving all of it is, I mean, it still seems pretty unlucky to me. I don't know what a lion could do. What could a lion do to God to curse his entire life like that?
Maybe it wasn't what he did to God. He sold his soul to the devil to be like, hey, look, this acting thing, it ain't going well for me. I think I want to become the MGM lion. And how do I do that? I'll sell my soul to the devil.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
we can make a deal, Jackie. But there's only one little trade-off we need to make. I don't care. Just make me a star.
Yeah, it affects everyone in Hollywood, not just the humans. Everyone's selling their soul.
Yes. So that's what Jackie did, and because Jackie was the third MGM lion. Did any of the other ones meet like an unfortunate?
Yeah. Is it like a? Isn't it also like there's the thing with the Wizard of Oz, like the curse of the Wizard of Oz. There's also the curse of people playing Superman.
Oh yeah. Doesn't look like there was much. I mean, the only thing is that there were a couple lines before him, but Jackie was the first one to get the roar.
Oh, okay.
He was, because when did he start? 1928, so the Jazz Singer, the first movie with sound, would have been 1927.
Gotcha.
So that's what did it. The devil was just like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add sound to movies, Jackie. That's going to be your big break.
Yeah. And it all starts with you.
Yes.
Give us a good roar.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Jackie, Jackie, I don't think he had many other acting roles. He just was that logo It looks like... Oh, never mind. Jackie appeared in over 100 films. He was in a Tarzan movie. There's apparently a short film showing, like, in real life, Jackie getting a bath from his trainer and becoming very annoyed.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm surprised that they were even able to, tame a lion in this way. And multiple ones at that.
Yes.
And I'm surprised that none of the seeming curse seemingly has involved anyone being eaten by the lion. Has that ever happened? I'm shocked that none of the MGM lions have ever eaten anyone.
No, I mean, you get him in for one day, and then it's like, all right, you're done. Get out. Get out.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the behind-the-scenes thing for The Lion King where they brought in lions to the studio for them to draw?
Oh, really? I didn't.
Let me tell you something. That'd be a day I'd call him sick because I don't feel comfortable with that.
Yeah, I agree. I do not want the office that I work in to be strewn with the blood of my coworkers.
Yes. Although if you go in the next day, hopefully it will be cleaned up. But yeah, this reminds me. I remember one time on some family vacation to, I think it was Branson, Missouri or something. One of those old people type vacation places where I was hip and young and people thought I was like 4 or something, but I was really like 16. But I remember they had a show and they said, we have real tigers. And I remember feeling like, oh God, I'm in the front row. If anything's going to happen, if anyone's going to die, it's going to be me.
Yeah.
And I just remember having such anxiety the whole time. I can't remember anything about it, but just my only memory is sitting in that chair looking for the exit, thinking if stuff's about to go down, I'm out of here.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, so Jackie was in I wonder if the 100 films counts. Well, no, 1928 to 1956. So, yeah, in addition to the MGM logo, Jackie was in 100 films, including Tarzan. So this lion had a full acting career thanks to his deal. Although, if anyone,
where's his Oscar?
Yes. Although, if anyone, back in the day, I guess it happens now, if anyone is going to hit a low point, like any famous star, you'd assume it'd be Jackie the Lion.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie, who is just like, they're like, sir, they need you on set. I'll tell you when I'm going to be on set. When I'm damn ready. Throw a bottle of whiskey at the assistant director. Says, sir, please, we just want you to do the scene. You know what I call this script? Crap is what it is. In my day, we used to make classics like The Wizard of Oz. Yeah. No, was I in Wizard of Oz? No, they had to get a human.
Yeah. Why don't I have my own trailer?
That's right. And then he's just like, what is it they have at craft services? A salad bar? Get the hell out of here!
Yeah.
I'm a lion, damn it! I need meat!
Yeah.
Although, Jackie, what Jackie's fate was? In a way, it's almost a fate worse than death. I almost can't believe that this is how it ended for Jackie.
Oh, really?
So, he retired to the Philadelphia Zoo, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, he was found dead by a zookeeper from heart issues. And this is what happened. Jackie's body was flown from Philadelphia to Los Angeles, where taxidermist Thomas Hodges preserved his skin into a rug.
Wow.
Francis Vandeman bought the rug and put it on display along with other animal skins on the 3rd floor of his house in McPherson, Kansas, which later became the African Room in the McPherson Museum. So no way. Is Jackie at the museum?
Whoa.
Is it possible that even all these years later, Jackie is still getting an audience?
Yeah, it sounds like could be.
Doesn't say on Wikipedia, but I would just like to believe so. So
Yeah, believe.
yeah, so Jackie, who is like 98 years old now, is still entertaining audiences.
Wow.
Let's hope he still gets those residuals checks, because
I hope so. And that his entire family he still has a fortune. That's, yeah.
Yes, his family, we'll just assume all the other lions that came after him, Telly, Coffee, Tanner, that those are all his offspring.
Yeah, his Nepo babies.
Yes, kind of like Lassie, where for some reason only like offsprings of the original dog are allowed to be Lassie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it sounds like Jackie, he survived because he made his deal with the devil, but alas, that deal couldn't stop him from going down a dark path of just alcohol, drugs, women.
Yeah.
It just, I mean, if he has all those other lions, think of how many lions and zoos are from him. I mean, so many illegitimate lions begging to be part of that fortune, saying, "Hey, I think Jackie was my father." So, come on, he was at the zoo back in 1948. I think somehow we're related. So let's share the wealth, guys.
Yeah. I was brainstorming a joke, and I'm realizing it doesn't really make sense now. But the joke is basically like he's being directed. He's saying his lines, and then he goes lion. And he says lion instead of line.
There he
line.
is. Yeah. He never. It's almost like how some people say can't say aluminum.
Oh, yeah.
He struggled with saying the word line.
Yeah.
And that's
lion.
That's what he would say. And the crew would mock him and say, lion. And he'd say, shut up. Don't you know who I am? This studio exists because of me. I'm the first face they see in front of every movie.
Yeah.
Now you show some respect.
The assistant is like, oh, and or the script supervisor or whatever is like, and by the way, the lions roar. Thank you.
Yes, and he's like, JP, get these people out of here. I can't work like this. And he's just like, yes, Jackie, we'll do whatever you want. You know, our job at MGM is to make sure Jackie's happy. That's what we do. We're in the Jackie business. So, there we go. Jackie, he had everything, but he couldn't say a line.
Yeah. Well, I love this idea as a segment. I feel like next time I'm on my own Wikipedia rabbit hole that I'm gonna have to, make sure I save a couple.
Oh yes, I'll definitely. Anytime I'm on Wikipedia, I'll definitely be writing some ideas down.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good stuff. I don't mind just talking about random interesting things.
Yes. There was one I saw like a few weeks ago. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, I'll have to start writing them down so I don't lose them.
Yeah. Well, I think we're getting to a time where I think we should get into our final segment, which is, of course, our most beloved
That's
of segments.
right. The most beloved segment of all.
Yes. Beautiful. And that is answering a Dear Abby question and doing a better job at it.
Okay. Here we go. Oh man, I wish I had written it down. Dear Abby gave a really bad answer to one question I saw recently. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, Abby. can be very cold sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I remember maybe the last Dear Abby we read, I remember it being a really bad answer. I kind of remember talking about it, but maybe this is another one. But yeah.
Yes, all right, here we go. Dear Abby, I have witnessed many events at funerals that shouldn't happen but seem to continue to happen. An example is a woman who has had a child with a married man showing up at the man's funeral acting as if they're part of the family. The woman usually shows up with a grown child using the excuse that she's there for her child. If the child is a minor, I think they should sit quietly at a discreet distance from her lover's family, and if the child is an adult, she should stay away entirely. The widow has had to tolerate enough of this woman and her husband's affair and should be allowed to bury him in peace. As the other woman, she has done enough damage. If there are legal matters to settle, it should be done in private. Why does the mistress get to do wrong and flaunt it? Signed, just a friend of the wife.
Wow. So
There's
basically,
no denial. There's no, if he did it. Oh, no, he did. That's his kid.
Yeah.
You
so
know,
it's basically like, is the mistress and son allowed to come to the funeral is basically the question.
Yes.
Well, are we really punishing a man for being too lovable?
Exactly. If anything, you should celebrate how loved this guy was.
Yeah. Like, wow. He was so loved.
I could just imagine the minister giving the eulogy. You know, I'm looking out into the audience, and all I can say is, Bobby loved a lot. He knew how to love a lot. And he was loved by at least a couple.
Yeah.
And then the wife is just in the audience just fuming, like... And you have, like, maybe, like, the mistress is like, that's right! That's right!
Yeah.
Love you, Bobby! Love you!
Yeah, in fact, every mistress he's ever had should all give eulogies.
Yeah.
One after the other.
Yes. Bobby always loved whenever Carol would go to have to work late at the office. And he said that the best part was keeping it a secret. That's what Bobby loved. And then you hear all these stories. Bobby always said one day he would leave Carol, but it never did happen. Bobby said the only reason he married Carol was because he got her pregnant with their first kid, Aaron. And Aaron's just like, what? What? Daddy? Are you serious?
Yeah. It's supposed it's, someone's funeral is supposed to represent and reflect their life. And if their life involved having tons of affairs, then so be it.
Yeah, you have one person in leather. Bobby was into some weird stuff, holding her whip. Bobby always said he never felt more alive than he was getting whipped. He was one of those middle-aged men who really took 50 Shades of Grey to heart.
Another one comes up. Well, that's interesting because all he ever wanted to do with me was talk about his feelings. You'd cry every time we met up.
Yeah, my kids later explained to me that Bobby was trauma dumping on me.
Yeah.
And all of it was about his wife and how he regretted so much marrying her. Bobby always said he wanted a big family, and that's what he got. He had so many kids, yet so little time to see all of them.
That's true.
That's beautiful. And then, like, the worst part is, at the end, they're like, hey, Bobby wanted it to be that at the end of the funeral, there was a family photo. One family photo of everyone together with him in the casket. So, if we could all gather around, and he would like all his lovers to lock arms, like a bridge. The bridge to his heart that you were.
Yeah. Yeah, just as a huge group photo.
Yes, that's right.
Shot like it's a yearbook group photo.
Yes, and all the mistresses
Yeah.
are just giving each other the side eye, just so upset at each other. Like, how dare you? How dare you?
Yeah. And we're putting them in order for how much he cared about them.
Yes. The wife is at the very end, and she's being like, because she's shorter, like there's like a couple people standing in front of her,
Yeah.
so you can barely see her.
Yeah, it's just like a quarter of her head.
Yes. And then maybe they prop up Bobby's body. He has a sign like "Lots of love in this house."
Yep.
Oh,
yeah, and
yes.
they can carry the casket together. There's a lot of
yes,
people.
all his lovers can be pallbearers.
Yeah.
And then they all just blow kisses at Bobby as he's lowered into the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Half of them weeping, half of them
his favorite
celebrating.
stripper throws in some underwear in there too. There's $1 in it for you, Bobby. Go spend it in heaven.
Yeah. It's $1 the least that I could do. After all, you gave me so many dollars.
Yeah. We used to call Bobby at the strip club. The girls used to call Bobby the wallet because he was constantly giving dollars to everyone. You'd think that he was super rich until you realized they were all singles. Sometimes it was Monopoly money too, but we all loved Bobby.
Yeah, and so many men are delusional, and they're like, "Oh, I think the stripper likes me." For Bobby, that was true.
Yes.
We all loved him.
For Bobby, we'd all get into fights over who got to go home with him that time. It was like an episode of Jerry Springer. If there's one thing Bobby loved at the strip club, it was Orgy Wednesday. Because then he didn't have to choose.
Yeah, he didn't have to choose.
And it's why all our boys have around the same birthday.
Yeah. Yeah, he has like a kindergarten class of kids running around the funeral, all different ages actually, whole grade school.
All share the birthday of September 15th though, because that was when Bobby would get the coupon to go to the strip club.
Yeah. Yeah, in January. No, January is a slow month, so
Yeah, everyone's already spent all their money on Christmas presents, but Bobby, December was when he saved up.
yeah. Some people have a dry January. Not Bobby.
That was when Bobby gave it all his temptations.
Yeah.
That's right. So,
That's right.
Yeah, so should I guess to answer the question, well, why does this mistress get to do wrong and flaunt it? Oh, because she was one of Bobby's many loves.
Yeah, it's true.
The answer isn't, why is this mistress here? The answer is, how many mistresses do we need to call to inform them about Bobby's untimely passing?
Yeah.
And you don't want to have that awkward conversation. Oh my God, what did to Bobby? Autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah, the person who did it should at least be there.
Yes. And then it's just like, girls, I am so sorry. So sorry.
Oh.
That's right. So,
All
yeah,
right.
so, you know what? Open the floodgates. It's a party. You celebrate Bobby's life.
Yeah, it's a
This
party.
is not
It's
a
a
time
celebration
to mourn
of
about
life.
Bobby.
Yeah, a celebration of life, and he lived.
Oh, he did.
He did.
You know, they say you live on through your kids, and for Bobby, he's gonna live on through like freaking eternity because they're all different age gaps. So yeah. So
sure.
you know, the Earth has like what, 8 billion people?
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine the percentage of them that all trace back to Bobby.
Yeah, he's like Genghis Khan.
Yes.
With
So
a much shorter time frame.
Once we hit that 9 billion mark, you know who you can help thank for that? You can thank Bobby for helping us get there.
It's true.
Yes.
It's true.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
by the way, before we move on from this, just reminding me, I don't know if I've ever told this story on here, but just one time on YouTube, just scrolling through it, I found some funeral that was posted on there. So I was like, you know what? How good was this person? And you know what? Throughout the funeral, you're like, my God, she was kind of a horrible person. Because there's this story about how when she was a little girl, she was told, like, she was friends with a farmer, okay? And the farmer let her pick cherries, and she picked some cherries. And the farmer said, you know what? I trust you. We'll weigh them tomorrow, and we'll see how much you have to pay. Well, the girl, the dead woman, as a little girl, ate so many of the cherries so that she didn't have to pay this poor farmer as much as she was supposed to. So she stole a bunch of cherries. And one time, there's a story about how they had the grandkids go up, and the youngest granddaughter was like, well, Grandma used to get me a lot of dinosaurs. She thought I liked dinosaurs for some reason. and there's this crazy story about how the daughter-in-law was driving her to like a doctor's appointment, okay? And they're at a red light, and the dead lady was like, you know, I've got a lot of enemies in this world. I've wanted to hurt a lot of people, but I don't, so we can keep the family together.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Sometimes I do hear people talk about having enemies, and I'm always like, you have enemies? Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
I can't imagine having someone I consider an enemy. Like,
Yes.
that's such a nice, like, what did you do?
Like, just imagine, like, you two, like, just hate each other.
Yeah.
Like, and, like, enemies, multiple? Like,
Yeah, I know.
maybe in this lifetime, you should maybe have one, but even then, what did you do to have, like, a full-on, like, enemy?
Yeah. Another thing that reminded me of, as sort of like a reveal of my own thing, I used to, with my family, go blueberry picking a lot as a younger child, and I would just the whole time be picking berries off and eating them, just constantly. And my family would be like, "You can't do that. So you have to pay for them." But as a kid, I was just like, I don't get it. I'm just picking off of a bush, like I couldn't.
I'm doing this labor. Isn't that payment enough?
I guess I couldn't mentally understand the capitalism of like a blueberry company. Like I was just like, I'm just picking berries off a bush. I was getting to my roots, really. I just as a gatherer.
Yes.
Because let's be real, if I lived back then, I wouldn't be a hunter. I'd be gathering for sure.
Yeah, you'd be like, you know what? The food and all that, it will come to me. It will eventually find its way.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. I couldn't. Back in the day, if we're talking like Flintstones era, like with spears and stuff, I'd be like, you know what? I'm not going to do that because I know I'm not coming back. Whatever it is, a bear or whatever, it will, if there's a battle, it will win. And I will just be like, you know what, man? You got me. I surrender, but I know that's not going to do anything. So you know what? Do your worst, whatever, you know?
Yep. On that note, we are getting to the end of our time.
That's right.
So it is. We should probably the lesson here, the answer here is basically, let all that love shine.
Yes.
It's a celebration of life, so it should reflect how they lived.
Yes. Whether it's a celebration of the many loves that Bobby had, whether it's the celebration of, hey, that seal with no ears survived getting hit in the head with the rock, or I can't remember what our first segment was anymore. But
we talked about Elvis.
Oh, Elvis.
And
Elvis.
deathbed sayings. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Wise sayings.
Wise sayings. That's right. Always. I guess the answer is before you die, make sure you leave them wanting more.
Yeah, or that's the other thing is you shouldn't just be thinking about your first impression. You should really be thinking about your last impression.
That's right.
How are you going to leave this world?
Yes.
Which goes hand in hand with the final question we answered. It's all copacetic. It all makes sense.
How did Bobby leave this world? He left this world knowing that he loved and he was loved.
Yes, exactly. And so that is it for this return to Unwanted Answers, I suppose. That's
right, guys. There we go. Just like Bobby when he found out that, hey, wait, you're saying that I'm getting another kid? You didn't ask for it. But there it was.
There it was.